From the dawn of antiquity, people have probed the profundities and mysteries of life, asking what a person's place in nature is and how the human condition is to be understood. Perhaps nowhere was such inquiry more esteemed than in China's traditional culture, where people were seen as an integral part of nature. In that culture, great consideration was given to the workings of the heavens, the qualities of the land, and harmony between people. For the artist whose work bespeaks of a search for the true meaning of life, that eulogizes the divine or grapples with questions of good and evil, little can it be said that his or her work is meant merely to please or entertain. He or she creates instead to inspire in the viewer a higher wisdom or truth. The work of art is not here so much material as it is a vehicle, the promise of which is passage to truth. What imbues the true work of art with an enduring or universal quality is its capacity to transcend situated, temporal ideas of beauty. It stands capable of cleansing the soul and ennobling the spirit. Only endowed with these traits may a work of art endure the test of time. The works in this exhibit were created by a diverse group of accomplished artists. Through the practice of Falun Gong, an ancient Chinese tradition of meditation and self-improvement, they have gained health in both body and mind, deepened their grasp of the workings of nature, and found answers to a lifelong search for the greater meanings of art and life. Distilled in 3 laws, that nature is truth, compassion, and tolerance. The wellspring of all that may be called good. These laws lay at the heart of so much that humanity cherishes, be it moral values, freedom, or even peace. Eternal and ubiquitous, they are the spirit of life itself. These works poetically suggest the beauty of a life lived in keeping with a higher order, while depicting, in turn, the grim realities of cruel persecution that Falun Gong has faced at the hands of China's communist regime. The torture is not only contained within the walls of labor camps. Here a young girl holds the ashes of her mother and father. Now an orphan, what torture must she also face? Having survived the Cultural Revolution and a life of hardship under communist rule, this woman now struggles to deal with her greatest loss, that of her treasured son. Even as the greatest atrocity yet seen in the 21st century is inflicted upon them, Falun Gong practitioners have continued to stand on their principles, remaining truthful, compassionate, and tolerant, and never returning violence with violence. This painting depicts the moment of realization for a doctor who's been sucked into this brutal violation of his ethics. Truth, compassion, tolerance is here infused in the very marrow of the wounded, making victor of the victim. The message, ultimately, of this exhibit is one of hope and triumph. In several of the latter works, one finds a deep conviction in the workings of a higher moral order, manifest as divine retribution. We see ordinary people becoming extraordinary. In this exhibit, the artists depict a vision of the world, their own first-hand experiences, and what it means to be a part of the body of spiritual cultivators who seek to embody and perfect the virtues of truth, compassion, and tolerance.